with a broken fingernail, but still better than a major injury. And I love how I'm just basically not set up for this one, like really at all. This right here is what we call the calm before the storm. Alright. Copper. What you doing? Honestly, don't even know if I'll have an audience for this one or not, but still worth. Yep. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Oh. Our skibbity hippo, yep, alright. Don't know if Spider's going to be here or not. Dave, whoever he is most likely to appear. Tyler is probably going to appear at some point to riz me up, despite the fact he's mentioned he has kids before and then disappear. Or maybe it's just going to be a one-on-one episode, I don't know. Yep, Tylus. Also, our background entertainment may or may not be a teaser for one-on-one with the gay one, Tybius. Okay, anyway. Also, our background entertainment may or may not be a teaser for a future review, but anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get into it because I don't know who all's going to be here. What, Baby Hippo 2? Baby Hippo 2? Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get into it because I don't know who all's going to be here tonight. Welcome to Wonder After Dark. So, before we begin, this is one of those topics that, once again, requires a bit more context and explanation than normal. I mean, We've had a lot of those lately, but this one especially requires a bit more explanation. Just so you know. Oh, also, next week we go to totally not Venice. Latios and Latios are there. Yep. Alright. Anyway. What I was saying. This is yet another one of those topics that requires a bit more context and explanation than normal. Also, I'm going to do a lot, and I repeat, a lot of yapping tonight. Because it's a lot of information to take in. Also, by the time I'm done, Disney won't even sound like a word anymore. Also, Diary of a Wimpy Kid came out 15 years ago. You feel old yet? Anyway. With that being said, also, I'll distract you. Oh yeah, you sure fucking will. Anyway. So, for this topic to make sense, we need to rewind back in time to an unspecified period of time, but still sometime between 2011 and 2012. That general time frame. Just so you know. Anyway, you know what was the hot thing at the time? Skylanders. And you know what was the hot thing at the in a not too distant future, next Sunday AD, anyway. You know what was also the hot thing at the time because of Skylanders? Toys to Life. So yeah, Toys to Life was the big thing at the time. And of course, this led many people to say, what if this company tried it? What if this company? Some companies tried it, some failed, others succeeded. There was a girl named Jessie, not too different from you or me. Could you please let me finish? Anyway, also please pay attention to what I'm talking about, please. Anyway, what I was saying. I mean, yeah, it is your civic duty to be ADHD and not listen, but still, because comedy. Anyway, what I was saying. But Toys to Life was the hot thing at the time. She worked at Wonder Institute. Just another face in her mom's gray suit. Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying. Toys to Life was the hot thing at the time. It was the hot new thing that everyone was trying. And of course, other companies wanted a piece of the pie. Obviously, Lego hopped in on the trend with Disney Infinity, with Lego Dimensions. Let me start over, because I fucked that up. Lego hopped in with Lego Dimensions. I caught myself, but not before it was too late. Yes, I'm aware that I accidentally... That's the only thing I don't like about doing this show live. She did a good job at keeping up the pace, but gonna have to ask you to shut, even though that is funny. Anyway, what I was saying. But yeah, Toys to Life was the hot thing at the time. So naturally, read it all. I literally just read all of it. Also, it's Mystery Science Theater 3000. I know. The only reason why I didn't necessarily read it in great detail was because I was trying to talk about the topic. Okay. In a not-too-distant future, next Sunday AD, there was a girl named Jessie, not too different from you or me. She worked at Wonder Institute, just another face in her mom's gray suit. She did a good job at keeping up the pace, but the mob didn't like them, so they shot her in the face. Sorry if I didn't sound like I thought that was funny at all. No, I do think it is funny. I send her cheesy movies, the worst I can find, la la la, yep. Sorry if it sounds like I don't find that remotely funny. I do find it funny. I just have thoughts. Now please let me get back on topic. Anyway, and please at least pretend to show the slightest bit of interest. She'll have to sit and watch them all while I monitor her yes, funny, but like I said, please at least pretend to be interested. Anyway, you're allowed to be funny. I'm not going to stop you from being funny, but please. Anyway. what I was saying. Alright, but Toys to Life was the... Now, keep in mind, Jesse can't control where the movies begin or end, la la la, yep. Anyway, now, Disney Infinity, or, god damn it, fuck! Fucking get it right. Anyway, what I was trying to goddamn say, because she used those extra brain cells to invite her stupid retard recall. How did YouTube not censor that? Like, no, actually. I love that you can't say transgender on YouTube, but you can say retard. Sylph, spider, yeah. No, but seriously, I love OSD, yep, no, but seriously. I love how you can say fucking Tyler, yeah. No, but I love how you can say fucking... I love how you can say retard on YouTube, but anyway. I suddenly get why Ian McKellen had a breakdown, and it had nothing to do with the green screen. Anyway. Okay, but Toys to Life was the hot thing now because of Skylanders. So, of course, other companies, regardless of their expertise in video games, were going to try it out. Lego, as we know, hopped in with Lego Dimensions. If you're wondering how she eats and breathes, and other wonder facts, la la la. Jesus Christ, could you please listen? Anyway. No, I'm loving the parody, but also God. Oh, anyway, but... Anyway. But Lego, of course, hopped in with Lego Dimensions. Hasbro sort of tried it with Transformers Beambox. Just repeat to yourself, it's just a stream. I should really just relax, yeah. For Wonder After Dark, 3,000. Yep. Are you done now? Are you going to listen now? Anyway. But yeah, Lego had Lego Dimensions. Hasbro had a weird experiment called Transformers Beambox. Yep, that was a real thing. Yeah, but only mostly. Oh, God. Anyway. I'm pretty sure it was Ubisoft, had Starlink Battle for... Anyway. Oh, yeah, and Nintendo had Amiibo. But anyway. Anyway. Disney, of course... What about the card game system? Oh, yeah. That was before all of that. It happened in 2006. Yeah. The Hyperscan. That was before all this, though. It predated Skylanders. Skylanders was 2000... Yeah, that was like precursor. Anyway. A terrible precursor. Anyway. What the hell I was trying to say. Okay? Anyway. But yeah. Toys to Life was the big thing. And all the other companies wanted a piece of the pie. Still, dishonorable mention. Yes. Anyway. All the other companies wanted a piece of the pie. Which, of course, meant a certain multi-billion-dollar entertainment media conglomerate wanted a piece of the pie. And when you are a multi-billion-dollar entertainment conglomerate with a literal treasure chest of iconic characters and franchises at your disposal, surely Toys to Life makes perfect sense from a business perspective to try out. Are you going to demonstrate the game, by the way? I see somebody forgot what I said the other day. I was originally going to wait until I dug my copy out of storage, but then I remembered two things. Oh, right, we were in a hurry last time I moved, so I don't know what goddamn box the Wii or its cords are in. So fuck, I might need to buy a new Wii after this if I can't find it. And two, I already have the itch to talk about this game, and while I sadly can't demonstrate it, I do at least have the base and figures on display if you need a physical reference. We'll have to save it for another time. Well, too late now to change the topic. Too late. Not trying to sound bitchy, just too late to change the topic. Sorry. It's just, when I want to talk about a topic, sometimes I get impatient. Save the actual game, I mean. Okay, thank you. Anyway. Thank you for clarifying. Sorry if I got a little snappy. Sorry for being a goddamn little cunt. It'll happen again. Anyway. But yeah, what I was saying. But, Discord. Oh, I didn't expect you to be here, but okay, I'll look. In this frame, you can actually see the shape of the fan animation image for the split second. Where? Where? You're not telling me where. Unless you mean the whole thing, but I don't see what you're talking about. If you mean the mic check up in the corner, like, you didn't put my guy. Okay, do you mean, well, what do you mean? You didn't say what I should be looking. Like, do you mean, do you mean the, hello, yeah, hi OSD, Spider's giving me a stroke. You know what a fan looks like, right? Yes, I know what a fan looks. Do you mean the fan in the middle of the room, or do you... Because, listen, you said you can actually see the shape of the fan animation image. What I'm thinking in my head is an image from a fan animation. Let's get back on topic. Sorry if I just disregarded that, but I'm goddamn retarded. Also, hi Dave, welcome. We're talking about Disney Infinity. My god, LMAO. I want to kill myself. Anyway. Alright. Anyway. But you're more than welcome to stay if you want to confuse me further. Anyway. But yeah. If you're a multi-billion-dollar entertainment conglomerate like Disney, surely enough, Toys to Life makes perfect sense to try out. Disney Infinity was a action-adventure sandbox... Hey, Sylv, Jesse can't see the difference between light and dark. Way to call me stupid. Can you show me your Sonic Fig on camera? Because I need to compare with my... Oh. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same... Also, Jesse colorblind like me. Show Sylv the photo. Hang on. One person at a time. God damn it. I'm pretty sure this is the same... Fuck! I'm pretty sure... Okay, yeah. What was that? You guys overwhelmed the fuck out of me. Anyway, Disney Infinity was an action-adventure sandbox. Mine came with the Master Emerald, though. Yeah, the original release did not. Colors are hard sometimes. It's okay, buddy. I wasn't talking about... Okay, I guess apparently you all think I'm colorblind now. I am not colorblind. God damn it. Oh, too late. You all already think I'm colorblind. All three of you. Anyway. I feel like if Alan were here right now, he'd probably think the same. Anyway. Disney and Jesse is so colorblind. New lore unlocked. I'm not! God damn it. Oh, fuck. Anyway. Disney Infinity was an action-adventure, sandbox, Toys to Life, video game series. It's just the way God made you, buddy. Don't be ashamed. Okay, Alan knows I'm colorblind, just like... Oh, my God. Are you actually colorblind? Hail Satan. Yeah. Fuck. Anyway. Fuck. Dude looked at a bright square in a dark room and said, I can't see what's a little... Oh, my God. Okay, you, Sylv, I did not know that. I don't know if you've mentioned colorblindness before. You, Spider, yeah, way to call me stupid. You, Dave, that's wholesome. Anyway, God damn it. Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Well, there's the chaos I've been longing for, just not sure. Anyway. Video game series, is there a lore reason why you're colorblind? Is she horny? No, I'm just... fed up with everybody on this god-fucking-damn piece of shit of a planet. Anyway, video game series developed by Avalanche Software. You know, the makers of Toy Story 3, the video game. Anyway, it was a giant customizable universe of imagination known as the toybox, populated with toy versions of iconic Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars characters. The video, yep. Oh yeah, that's the canonical explanation behind the crossover. They're a bunch of toys. Admittedly, not the most creative way to explain it, but go off, Queen. A bunch of color block. Could you shut up about the... Sometimes I need to learn to just keep my fucking mouth shut. Show the pic, by the way. Okay. Which pic? Do you mean the one of Sonic or of anything else? Because you've already just eliminated all of my brain cells tonight. Okay, if you mean all the other stuff you got... Now, please let me stay on topic. I swear to God. I'm not trying to sound bitchy, but I've already been interrupted like 50 times in the span of 21... the one he was talking about. Okay. It's not going to come off on camera, but I'm going to read it in this frame. Oh. In this frame, you can actually see the shape of the fan animation image for a split second as the power goes out. Let me zoom it in for you all. Here's the image. Do you see it? Because I'm goddamn retarded. Now, we're not going to linger on that anymore. We're going to stay on... I can't see. Good to know I'm not alone. Anyway. But yeah. That's the canon explanation behind the crossover. They're a bunch of toys. Anyway. Alright. The first version of the game released on August 18th, 2013. And its final release came on August 28th, 2015. So much like Disney Infinity... New lore, my colorblind rubbed off on... Can you shut up with the colorblind jokes, please? It's going to be cars all over again. You're just going to run it into the fucking ground. I swear to God. Sorry if... Contagious as... Sorry if I sound like a little bitch tonight. I just have thoughts. And while I am not opposed to your trickery by any means, I'm used to your bullshit. I also would prefer you to not relentlessly... Maybe not bully is the right word, but just don't. Anyway. Okay. So yeah, Disney Infinity was a Toys to Life series of games by Disney. No. Also, your next OSD. Yep. Okay, anyway. Alright, I'm going to cover all three games in order. Let's go. I made Sonic do the Elon Musk pose. Oh no. Alright, anyway. I'm going to cover all three games in order. 3, 2, 1, go. Disney Infinity, also referred to as Disney Infinity 1.0 to differentiate it from its follow-ups, is a 2013 Toys to Life action-adventure game developed by Avalanche Software and published by Disney Interactive Studios. You know, Avalanche Software, makers of Toy Story 3, the video game. Anyway, the game was announced on January 15th, 2013. The game used collectible figurines that were then synchronized with the game, unlocking X2. Stop. Anyway, the game used collectible figurines that were then synchronized with the game, unlocking characters from Disney and Pixar properties that interact and go on adventures. Although I think the phrase interact should be put in quotes and with an asterisk. You'll find out why I say that in a minute. Alright, The game was released for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Wii U in August 2. Oh, and the Wii. Forgot to mention the Wii. So Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii, and Wii U in August 2013. A bit too early for PS4 or Xbox One, but it did also come out on PC as well as the Nintendo 3DS. Albeit the PC version was only the toy box mode, and the 3DS version was a party game. So it wasn't Disney Infinity. Anyway. Anyway. A sequel failed. Yep. Anyway. A sequel titled Disney Infinity 2.0 was released on September 23rd, 2014, and the third and final edition, titled 3.0, released August 30th, 2015, or 28. Conflicting sources, PC Master Race. Stay tuned, anyway. Alright. So, the gameplay, unfortunately I can't demonstrate because, well, I guess I should add the context. I have 1.0 for the Wii. I never got the follow-ups. I never got Disney Infinity 2.0, and I never got 3.0, but I did have 1.0 for the Wii. You'll find out what the difference between the three of them is later, but anyway. Here's the gameplay, since I can't actually demonstrate it. Disney Infinity is an action-adventure game with physical toys, open-world creation, and story-driven gameplay. Characters, playsets, and other features are brought into the game using figurines and discs included with the included Infinity base. With the exception of non-humanoid characters, such as those from the Cars franchise, each character has a double jump and a default set of attacks, as well as a unique ability to each figure. For example, Sully and Jack Skellington can roar to scare, while others like Violet and Randall can turn invisible. There were two main modes in... Does it make it harder to play games being so severe? I'm not colorblind! Stop! Y'all are gonna make me wake up everyone in the house, I swear to God. Anyway, there were two main modes in the game. The playset. And each character can become fat asses in the Wall-E chair. Yep, anyway. There were two main modes in the game. Playset and toy box. Each playset is essentially a level pack. A self-contained world with its own gameplay based on a specific film or series with recognizable characters and storylines. Discord mods, shut up. Anyway. In playset mode, the player can earn items, tools, and characters to use in toy box mode. Characters from one world cannot enter into another world, but players can put any character together in toy box mode. Speaking of toy box mode, toy box is a sandbox mode that players can fully customize and explore and earn items, tools, and characters to customize. So it's essentially a level editor. You can basically do whatever the fuck you want in toy box mode. And little did you know that everything I just read pointed out my inherent problem with this game. Now you're probably thinking right now, Jess, what is the problem with Lego Indiana Jones 2? I don't know what that has to do with it, but okay. Now, you're probably heard everything I just said right now and are probably thinking, Jess, what's the problem with the game? Everything you just read sounds perfectly fine. Fun, even. Well, let me go grab, and it'll make perfect sense, what I think the problem is. Okay? On to colorblind. Go fuck yourself. Alright. Let me go grab one. Alright. Actually, let me just grab all of these, because it illustrates perfectly. Okay. So. Alright. So here is one of the Disney Infinity playsets. Again, these are essentially the level packs for Infinity. Jesse, you sound passionately angry. I did tell you I have thoughts right now, but I also decided the show must go on. Now let me finish. Now, that's a buzz box. I mean, yes, it is. Anyway, now the play sets, well, what do? Clean your toilet, but poorly. No, but for real. These are essentially the level pack. What color do you think? I'm going to fucking kill myself. Anyway, these are essentially the level packs for... My gardener is not going to let you hear the end of this. When he stops by, I'm letting you know. Anyway, but these are essentially the level packs for Disney Infinity. How do they work? Well, Harry here. Put them on the base, on the top part here, and you can play through a level in that character's world. Yeah. Okay, well that doesn't sound so bad. Actually, that doesn't sound bad at all. So, Jess, what's your problem with it? What color is Gardner's hair? Black? You know what? I'm only going to answer that because it is a serious question. Yes, his hair is black. Now, anyway... That was not on purpose, but it fits. Now, anyway, here's my problem. Alright? Remember what I just read, okay? Karma, shut up. Anyway, here's what I just said, okay? The play sets are separate experiences based on separate movies, okay? In this case, Toy Story. And because of that, you could not use characters that were not originally from Toy Story in that playset. Now, that might not sound so bad. I mean, it would be a little odd to be Lightning McQueen driving around. Yeah. But here's why I think that's kind of a Boo! Yeah. But here's why I think that's kind of a problem. These Toys to Life games, Skylanders, Disney Infinity, Lego, that's actually dumb though. It is, but anyway. But you know why I think it's so dumb, besides the whole premise? Well, here's why. These Toys to Life games were very popular co-op experiences. Something that a parent could play with their kid, or a kid could play with their friends. But you couldn't play multiplayer in any of these play sets. So, like, if you wanted to play Toy Story with your friends, like, okay, this playset actually came with Buzz and Jessie. Okay, that checks out. So at least you get two characters. But what if you wanted another player? Well, then you had to go out and buy Woody separately. Because you couldn't use, like, Jack Sparrow. You couldn't use fucking the Lone Ranger or something Jessie could play with herself. Shut up. Anyway. But yeah, you had to, yeah, that's the problem. And then here's my other problem, okay? This is gonna highlight what went wrong with Disney Infinity, okay? Pay attention. So, as I said, but in all seriousness, I hate spending more money. I like spending money until it gets ridiculous. No, I'm not trying to sound greedy, but I like spending money until it gets to, like, a ridiculous amount. Like, When I'm going into the, like, hundreds, that's when I'm like, okay, chill out. And yes, I know how ironic that looks, but still. I'm sure you get where I'm coming from. Anyway, where I was going with this, okay? You know what I think it... Shit. Okay. What I was saying, okay? Here's the dumbest part of Disney Infinity. You know what I like more than being accused of... God damn it! If there was a way to mute the word colorblind... Can't you swipe those figures like the DVD? I don't know. I'm more focused on how many times I've seen the word colorblind in the Read it all. You know what I like more than being accused of being colorblind? Spending money. Let's see what I got. Yep. Alright. Anyway. What I was trying to say... Oh, yeah. You don't deserve that information. Oh, you almost saw that information. Alright. Here's the dumbest part of Disney Infinity. Okay? Remember when I said that these play sets were essentially the level packs for each character? Remember that? I didn't see any info. Good. It's not anything I'm gatekeeping. It's just nothing that should be shown on camera. I don't mean suspicious, just personal. I'm clarifying before you think... No, genuinely, it's nothing bad. It's... I hate what I just said because I just made myself look sketchy even though it's genuinely not anything sketchy. It's... Same air conditioner. Same. It was a colorblind test. I'm sorry for laughing. No, it's... Anyway, what I was trying to say, before I lose the plot. Anyway, here's the dumbest part of Disney Infinity, okay? Remember, these were essentially the level packs, alright? Now, you know why I even bring this up? Okay? You know what? But seriously, OSD, you killing me. Okay. You know why I bring this up? You know why? Because some characters, assuming you're still listening, some characters in Disney Infinity didn't get a playset. So, let's take these two, for example. Yep, these two. Phineas and Perry, they were in Disney Infinity. Did they release a Phineas and Ferb playset or level? No! So you could only play as Phineas and Perry in the toybox mode, in the level editor. And because of their whole you can't use characters that weren't from that movie rule, you couldn't use them in any of the playsets, so why were they even in the game in the first place? No Ferb? No, they never released Ferb. Doofenshmirtz was planned, but he was canceled. So, they released Phineas, not Ferb, but we did get Perry. Doof was planned, but we didn't get him, he was canceled. That's absolutely dumb. Yeah. So, but again, why? Anyway, but yeah, no playset for these two, so you could only play as them in the level editor. I bet it's starting to become... I think they were more colorblind than... I'm not even going to get mad at that, you're just completely right, but I think you're starting to see what was wrong with Disney Infinity, and I bet you're especially starting to see why I have a lot to say about it. I bet now it's starting to click. I bet now it is. I bet now it's starting to click. You're finally starting to get it. Okay. Another feature of Disney Infinity, although these, okay. In concept, they're not bullshit, but the way they were released was. So, another feature of Disney Infinity were power discs. I get it. I don't get it. Exactly. Anyway, another feature of Disney Infinity were power discs. Now, what are power discs? Well, there were two types of power discs. The first type were circular. Now, I don't have any of those on hand, but basically what you do is you put the circular power disc on the base, the Guy game. Oh, you mean the one with... Anyway, basically... Also, no, I will never review the Guy game. Do not ask me. Anyway, what I was saying. Now, I don't have any of those on standby, but the circular power discs, basically, you put them on the base, and then you put your character on top. What do? They give your character stat boosts, and that's basically it. Our Guy game. Yep, pretty much. Never doing it, though. But yeah, the circular power discs just gave your characters stat boosts and upgrades. And the other type of power discs were these, which were angular in shape. Now, the angular power discs were primarily used in the toy box mode. What these do is they unlock... We can do it in a miscellaneous episode where we talk about controversy. Well, yeah, we can do that. But anyway, now the angular power discs, what these do... These unlock different vehicles, skyboxes, and weapons in the toy box mode. So, yeah, this one, for example, gives you Mickey Mouse's car. So, just stick it on the Infinity thing. There goes a Niffler. Anyway, why are they called discs? They're hexagons. I just told you why, because there were... Are they stupid? Well, yes, based on everything I've said so far. Anyway, I did tell you, though, that there were also circular... stewed, not stupid. Well, yeah, they are stewed. But anyway, I did tell you, though, there were also circular power discs that gave your characters stat boosts. So, yeah, there were hexagonal and circular power discs. I don't get it either, but anyway. Oh, and the stupidest part of the power discs... They were blind bags, so you didn't know which ones you were getting. You heard that right. They were blind bags. What? Yep. So you didn't even know. So you could have ended up with a whole bunch of doubles. Again, I bet it is starting to become really clear what went really wrong with this. That's basically real-life loot box. Yes! Again, I bet it is starting to become really clear what went really wrong with this game. I bet it is starting to become very, very... Let that actually be put on record. Real-life loot boxes. Blind bags remind me of other kinds of... Oh, I am going to fucking annihilate you, but yeah. Anyway, but I bet it is starting to become really clear what went wrong. Just before I continue, I bet now it's starting to click. You know what else? Oh, please stop. My feet. Oh, that's yummy. Okay. Anyway. But yeah. But I bet you can see now what was wrong with Disney Infinity. I bet you can really start to see what's wrong. Did that stop the... Shut up, crack. I'm trying to make conversation. But either way, I bet you can see what went wrong. Did that stop them from putting out a sequel, though? No! It did not stop them from putting out a sequel. Disney Infinity 2.0, also known as Disney Infinity Marvel Superheroes, is a 2014 Toys to Life action-adventure game developed by Avalanche Software and published by Disney Interactive Studios. It is the sequel to Disney Infinity and was announced on April 8, 2014, and was released on September 23, 2014. This time releasing on iOS, Android, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, Wii U, do the virtual insanity. Anyway, PlayStation Vita, Wii U, Windows, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. My apologies. So yeah, the 3DS and the Wii missed out on this game, but it did make it to the PlayStation Vita. I just think that's amusing. Anyway. Yep, I broke my thumbnail. Anyway. Okay. So... Oh, and I forgot to mention. Yeah, I know. I forgot to mention about 1.0. What was the Vita version like? I don't know. I've never played it. I don't have a PlayStation Vita. I have a PSP, but I don't have a Vita. So let me just go on YouTube real quick. I don't give a shit about Skinny Pop YouTube. I don't give a fuck about that ad revenue. Just show me the video. Okay. Choppy by the looks of it. Very, like, this is the opening cutscene, but oh my god, yeah, that's very choppy. Okay, yeah, so the PlayStation Vita version of 2.0 was basically just the toy box mode. And other than that, it seemed on choppy like you're... God damn it! Stop. Anyway. Okay, I actually did forget to mention about Spider started a... Oh, yeah. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. Anyway, something I forgot to mention about 1.0 is most of the characters that were in... Actually, all of the characters that were in Disney Infinity 1.0 were all characters that appeared in the most recent Disney productions. Let's see if you spot a pattern here. The Pirates of the Caribbean characters are based on their appearance from On Stranger Tides, the movie that came out 2 years before Disney Infinity. Rapunzel from Tangled, that came out 3 years before. Frozen, Anna and Elsa came out later that year, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, what about the Cars characters? Based on Cars 2. In fact, one of the figures, actually, yeah, two of the figures, Holly Shiftwell and Francesco, They're from Cars 2. The Monsters characters, they're not based on Monsters Incorporated, they're based on Monsters University, the 2013 film that released 2 months before Disney Infinity. Can you tell Disney Infinity 1.0 was being used as a promotional vehicle? The Lone Ranger, the 2013 film released that same year. Again, can you tell based on the characters I described that 1.0 was a clear promotional tie-in? Can you also tell that I did not mention any classic Disney characters? The Lone Ranger, that was a thing? Okay, no, you said it best. Anyway, back to 2.0. Back to 2.0. So 2.0 featured Marvel characters this time around. Okay, well that made sense because although Disney purchased Marvel in 2009, they didn't really start to assume control until around 2012. So okay, it was a given. Even if you were really colorblind, you still can't see the appeal behind Lone Ranger. Stay tuned. Anyway, okay, but tell me this before I answer. Do you think that Disney Infinity 2.0 improved any of the problems that I said with 1.0? Or do you think it was just a glorified Marvel game? Which do you think before I tell you? Now I want to see how right you are. I think Mario from Hotel Mario says it best. No, you would be correct. You know what proves my... No, .0. Yeah, you know what proves my point? There were only 3 playsets released for Disney Infinity 2.0. All 3 of them were Marvel-based. Not a single Disney one. They were all Marvel-based. Most of the characters released for 2.0 were Marvel-based. Dean Ambrose. Nope. Anyway. Oh, and you know what makes it even better? No. You'll love this. You will love this, okay? So you'll be glad to know that in the toy box mode for 2.0, you could still... The Cheetah Man. Yeah, now can you finish? Or can you let me finish? Okay. You know what the best part is? Listen, you'll love it. So you could still use all of your 1.0 characters in the toy box. Notice how I said in the toy box? What about the 1.0 playsets? Could you use those with Disney Infinity 2.0? Nope! So all of your 1.0 playsets, useless. The characters could still work in the toy box, but only there. Not in any of the playsets, nowhere else, just there. Just the level editor for 2.0. So why even make the... Did you just throw it in the trash? No, I threw it in a unrelated bucket that is down here. Now, anyway, but yeah, you could only play as your 1.0 figures in the toy box mode. So why even make them compatible at that point? Oh, and the fact that you couldn't use your 1.0 playsets meant that you could not just replace your old game. You had to keep them both. Do you see a problem here? Do you see a problem here? Do you see what I see? I can't see a problem, you know. Shut up! But serious answer only. Can you see the problem here with both installments of Infinity so far? Can you see the problem? Yes. Okay, good to know. So yeah. at least you could still use your 1.0 figures, but only in the toy box mode, so what was even the point? And then again, all of the Marvel, or all the I can metaphorically say, only the only 3 play sets that were released were Marvel based, no Disney ones. Most of the figures released for 2.0 were Marvel based, but literally only in black and white. Okay, anyway. Now, granted, they did release a few classic Disney characters for 2.0, specifically characters like Maleficent, who again were only in, meaning colorblind, funny, anyway, who again were only thrown into the game literally because recent film. Now, an interesting middle ground are Hero and Baymax from Big Hero 6. They got figures for Disney Infinity 2.0. Now, Hero and Baymax were originally Big Hero 6. Shut up and let me finish. Now, Hero and Baymax were originally Marvel characters because Big Hero 6 was originally a Marvel comic. Hold on. Okay. I'll pick that up while you're at it. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'll wait for you. At least this gives me a chance to catch my breath. Oh, Jesus Christ. What did you eat for dinner, buddy? Pizza? Random, but okay. Sounds yummy as fuck, yeah. Alright. I do be waiting. Alright. Son of a bitch. Did you have any breadsticks? Not today. Anyway. Time for the funny image. Also, how the goddamn fuck is it that I have the air conditioning turned on and I'm still getting sweaty? Seriously, how? Anyway, here's the funny image. No real than you are. No real than you are. What did you eat? Pizza. Not right now, but for dinner earlier today. By the way, you missed the funny image, so I'm going to show you it again. But I'm too lazy to get up, so here we go. No real than you are. No, what color was that? God damn it! Lego Man. Yep. Great question, Gas. Okay, anyway. Ego Leonard. Stay tuned. Anyway, what I was saying, but yeah. Disney Infinity 2.0, in my opinion, was just as flawed as its predecessor. I'm eating Domino's right now. That's really delicious. Okay, anyway. Alright, I'm going to continue what I was saying, but first, I need to go pee. So, Yep, that's about how I feel right now. We'll be right back. On Nick. Now back to the show. You should go back to posting pics of your reheated food. Yeah. Now back to the show. Okay, now back to the show. Anyway, take it easy with the off-color humor. Okay, anyway. Stuffed crust pizza, I can't make any promises. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying. So to recap, just gonna pick him up here. Okay. So to recap, about actually towards the end of this story, or so you may think. Get Copper. No, I will not, because he's asleep, and every fucking time you tell me he growls. Don't you know him? I would hate to disappoint, but shouldn't you know the routine at this point? Oh, that's right, you don't. Because I'm 99% convinced. Also, I got paid $165 today. Congrats. Okay, anyway, back to the story. So, let's see. They released 2 really flawed games back to back, a year apart, and seemingly each one worse than the last. And they make it really confusing as to what works where. So what do you think Disney said? Disney Infinity 3.0, also known as Disney Infinity Star Wars. So if you're wondering why Star Wars wasn't in LEGO Dimensions, there you go, is a 2015 Toys to Life action-adventure game developed by Avalanche Software and published by Disney Interactive Studios, and was the 3rd and final installment in the Infinity Trilogy. Anyway, it was released for Windows, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Wii U, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. No PlayStation Vita release this time. Anyway, it was the 3rd and final installment in the Toys to Life Disney Infinity series, and the last game to be published by Disney Interactive Studios before its closure. Anyway, it was developed by Avalanche Software and Heavy Iron Studios, who you may know for a bunch of SpongeBob games, with additional help from Ninja Theory, Studio Gobo, Sumo Digital, and United Front Games. How many fucking developers is that? So not only did the series go down, but it took the company with... Yep, it sure did. Anyway. It is the sequel to Disney Infinity 2.0. In contrast... Also, Heavy Iron made the Incredibles game. Yep, that too. Anyway. In contrast to its predecessor, which focused on Marvel Comics characters and playsets, 3.0 has a focus on Star Wars, because Disney purchased Lucasfilm 2 years prior, so that was a given. And if you're wondering why Star Wars was not in LEGO Dimensions, there you go. This is why. Disney already scooped it up. Anyway. It released August 28th, 2015. Okay, once again... Oh, Disney purchased them in 2012. Stay tuned. Yeah, anyway. Alright. Once again, we're going to talk about Disney buying Star Wars someday. Yep. Alright. Once again, same format as last time. Playsets, toy box. Same premise as the last two. You can't use characters that weren't originally from that movie in the playsets, and some characters you could only play as in the toy box mode. Okay. But you might be thinking, oh, so is this going to be terrible too? Well, basically, while I think 2.0 was a very slapdash, rushed sequel that felt like they had no development time whatsoever, and honestly should have just been a spin-off just called Marvel Infinity, 3.0, I think, was more structurally sound. It still had a lot of... Cat Icarus, mouthful. It's not shit. Anyway, what I was saying. Now, 3.0, it still had a lot of Infinity's flaws. It did. It still had a lot of the flaws. Does that sum it up well? Let me finish and you'll find out. Anyway, while 3.0 still had a lot of the flaws with previous entries, they also improved a lot of aspects. The playsets this time around look and feel much more fleshed out and developed than previously. In fact, The Force Awakens. So yeah, here's Rey and Finn, and there's the playset for Force Awakens. Anyway, Mary Sue and Nick. Yep. Anyway, but what I was saying. Okay, but what I was saying, but the playsets for 3.0 felt much more fleshed out, much more thought out. They had much more effort put into them. Let's just say that. On top of that, as well, they started to dig deeper and offer more classic Disney characters that I think were absent from the previous two. We got vanilla, plain, everyday Mickey Mouse. We got Minnie. We got Donald. We did not get Goofy, but we did get Donald at least. We got Baloo from the Jungle Book. Classic Disney characters like Darth Vader. Well, yeah, that too. But anyway. But, yeah. They started to dig deeper and offer more classic Disney characters. Oh, speaking of the Jungle Book, I want to have sex with you. Ooh, yeah. Also, look, it's the terrible Snow White remake. Show the image I found. Yeah, that image. Okay, yeah, yeah. At least this is vaguely on topic. Yep, there it is. Ooh-be-doo. I want to have sex with you. Ooh-hoo. I really want to just send that to Spider with zero context. But I also don't want a restraining order. But unfortunately, he's the only one I have left to act horny around. Anyway, but yeah, 3.0, oh, and the other reason why I think 3.0 was actually an improvement over 2.0, the toy box mode. Well, Snow White is described in the original story as a woman with skin as white as snow, so naturally they make her Mexican. Okay, Twitter. Okay, anyway. By the way, I hate Twitter, but can I delete it? No! Fuck you. Anyway, but fucking Nazi in disguise, fucking bitch. Anyway, trying to send a message to me without actually saying it, sir. Anyway, let's not dwell on that any further. But anyway, respectfully, I would hate to sound like a douchebag, but anyway. But yeah, 3.0 was color. Stop. Anyway, but the toy box mode not only was also an improvement in 3.0, but you can use any character from the previous game. So everything from all the characters from Disney Infinity 1.0, 2, and 3 all work in the Disney Infinity 3.0 toy box. I'm kicking Iron Man's ass as Baloo. I'm crashing into the Twin Towers as Stitch. You can literally have all kinds of dumb fun, because you have an endless array to use, rather than a very limited array. But again, you could not use any of your playsets from 1.0. Stitch looks adorable in the new trailer. Well, I can't argue there. Stitch actually translates pretty well into this realistic look. But they just had to waste it on this. Look, it's Cat Williams. White Nani. Yep. White niggified Yanni. That's got to be blackface. But anyway, what I was saying. But you couldn't use, once again though, you couldn't use any of your 1.0 playsets, and you couldn't use any of your 2.0 playsets. So again, all your previous AI Stitch, shut up. Though, all of your previous characters only worked in... Jesse, what's the difference between a white man and a black... Stop! Also, hey, thanks for tapping back in. I just had to deal with colorblind jokes for the last hour. Did you show Sylph the photo? Yes, I showed him, and even he didn't see it. Yes, even I didn't get it. Thank you. Anyway, fuck you. I'm a she. Okay, anyway, back on topic. But, you're both colored. God damn it. Okay, anyway, let's shut the fuck up and get back on topic. But 3.0, in my opinion, was a massive improvement, for better or for worse. Yeah, anyway, was a massive improvement over 2.0. Oh, and they actually fixed a problem I have with 1.0, the power discs. Remember when I said they were sold in blind bags? Yet, well now, for 3.0, they were actually sold, do the caddy quote, I don't know which, oh, it's not full of shit. Anyway, what I was saying, or it's not shit. Anyway, what I was saying, let me finish please. Yeah, 3.0 was a solid improvement over 2.0. Sure, it's still far from perfect, but it felt like it was finally starting to click. And with plans for more figures and more content, and even plans for a 4.0, which would actually be a proper crossover with all the Infinity characters, it looked like Disney Infinity was going infinity and beyond. Guess where I'm going with that? Where do you think I'm going with that before I finish? Where do you think I'm going with that? Because it's not going to stay positive forever. So where do you think that's heading? I'm going to be at an Infinity War, but no. But yeah, what I just said cannot stay positive forever. So where do you think that's heading before I finish? Where do you think? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You would be correct. Because... Stupid. You're so stupid. Okay. Yeah, anyway. You would be correct. Because you know what happened? Disney not only canceled any plans for new figures or new content, but they also shut down both Avalanche Software and Disney Interactive. So they canceled Disney Infinity, they canceled any figures that were in development, they shut down Avalanche, and they shut down their own in-house game division. So basically Disney went on a murder-homicide, which then ended with a suicide. That's basically what they did. They went on a murder-homicide. That is everything I just said is basically what they did. Now, many people were surprised by this and felt that it was a murder-suicide is basically that. Well, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. But anyway, but basically, what I was saying though. But yeah, many were surprised. Yeah, many were surprised because they felt it was a very quick and sudden decision to kill off Disney Infinity, especially because it was just doing really well. But that was basically the end of it. Notice how I still have a few more brain cells left in me. Discord, okay, Avengers Endgame build-up, yeah. Okay. I'll read the... Okay, Spider, is it okay if I read this after I finish my thought? Allow me to take those brain cells away. No, Spider. Is it okay if I read what you just sent after I finish my thought? Sure. Okay, good. Skibbity bop bop Riz Sigma Phantom Tax. Okay, anyway. What I was saying. Alright? Anyway. What I was saying. Disney Infinity, however, despite the closure of Disney Interactive and its cancellation, would continue to live on in two ways. Can you guess those two ways before I say them? How do you think it lived on after? What do you think Disney did to carry on the legacy? I just want to see how right you are. Your mom. Okay, I'm just going to say it for you. They ported all three of them to PC. Yep. So, shortly after they canceled Disney Infinity, they ported all three versions, 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0, to PC as Gold Editions. Mega Infinity. Nope. So, Disney Infinity 1.0 Gold Edition, 2.0 Gold, and 3.0 Gold. So now you could play them on PC. Oh, but the kicker, you don't need any of the toys. You don't need the base, nothing. It's all digital, it's all unlocked. You can play it like a normal video game. And these versions on Steam specifically actually go on sale quite frequently. Like right now you can buy the bundle that has all Gilligan's Island. Please shut up. Now you can get all three. I want to buy it. Let me finish. Okay, right now the bundle is for sale on Steam. All three collection. The bundle is on sale right now for just $14.97, though that's $14.97 US. I don't know what that is in Canada bucks, but in US bucks that's about $15. So you're getting all three for $15. That's a really good deal. So probably $20 or more. Yeah. Still a good deal though. You can't deny that. Maybe not as good of a deal as Lego Batman 1, 2, and 3 for $5, but still. So if you want to experience these games, there's an option. And hey, you don't need to go out and buy all the figures unless you just want a nice display piece. Anyway, although notice how I said Disney Infinity would continue to live on in two ways? Yet there was another way. Oh, Ginger stuck her toe in Bob Dylan's nose in an episode. Randy the Wild Horse told me, so he like... Gilligan's Island he's talking about. I have never seen a full episode of Gilligan's Island, so that's why I was just completely lost. Okay? Just so you know. Also, Jesse, you look like Germa with that face. Oh, god damn it. Okay. I have never seen a full episode of Gilligan's Island, just so you know. So that's why I was completely lost. Okay? Just so you know. That's why I was just like, What? Anyway, alright. But remember when I said that Disney... Germa mentioned, yeah, Apple sauce. Okay, anyway. Remember when I said that Disney Infinity would live on in 2 ways? If you watch one, make sure it's the toe episode. I see somebody has a foot fetish. Okay, anyway. What I was saying. What I was... Oh. Thanks for the invite to your color blindness support... I'm so sorry, Ellie. Payback is coming. I don't know what I'm gonna do to retaliate. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna retaliate yet. But payback is coming. Payback. My only cue is, are you supporting me or am I supporting you? I don't know who you are. Also, it's funny that you join right at the end of an episode, but, depends. You like... Yeah, really, I don't know. Oh, you joined right at the end, sadly, but I'm Lil Will. Okay, well, hi, Lil Will. Welcome to Wonder After Dark. You actually joined right at the end of this episode, sadly, but the colorblind squad, yeah. This was a joke they start. A midget wrestler from Okay, wait. We have another Canadian in our midst. Why is this show popping off in Canada? I mean, no disrespect to my Canadians. I like you guys, but what in God's name? Sylv, you're Canadian. Lil Will is Canadian. Tyler's Canadian. Are there any other Canadians I should know about? Yes, Canada. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, son of a bitch. God, you're just lucky my asshole is flaring up right now. What? Okay. All of Canada got emails about this club today. All my Canadians went colorblind on 9/11. Okay, Jesus Christ. I think Wonder After Dark's from North Carolina a little bit. Timmy's for a double-double, whatever that means. I like me ice cap. Okay, anyway, what, oh yeah, I was talking about Disney Infinity this entire time. It's Canadian speak, Jesse, you would, clearly. Okay, I'm overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed. Okay, anyway. It's Canadian code for coffee with 2 sugar, 2 cream. Jesus Christ, colorblind look. Anyway, oh yeah, if you're wondering what I've been doing for the last 89 minutes, I was talking about Disney Infinity video game series. Anyway, picking up from where I left off. Not only did Disney port the video games to Steam, to PC, but they also, Disney Infinity War, yeah, but they also let the line continue on in another way. Let me go grab it. Okay. Hang on. Jesse looks at colors and says English. Shut up. Great hair. I subbed for the hair, not for the color blind. Good Lord. Okay, anyway. What I was trying to say. The other way that Disney Infinity lived on. Here is an articulated action figure which was available at the Disney Store locations. Notice, oh, that just popped off. Notice anything familiar? This was clearly modeled after this. So yeah, they were still using the Disney Infinity character designs for this line of action figures. Granted, I think this line has since been discontinued, but yeah, same proportions as Wood-E, Skill-E. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why do I bother? Okay, anyway, let's go put this back over here. Read. Oh, I'm trying to, but y'all are overwhelming me. Your friend is so colorblind, he thought Toy Bonnie was regular Bonnie. They thought my Lego... Oh, good Lord. Okay. I need to finish this soon. Anyway. Okay. But Disney... Oh, Jesus. Do you guys see his cast in color? Oh, Jesus. Ooh, this is a fun crowd. Albeit in an aggravating way, but still a fun crowd. Well, I wanted a Mexican, and instead I got Canadians. Not that I have anything against Canadians. Oh, God. Spider, what have you done? What have you done? Anyway. Cars on... Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have a stroke. Anyway. Okay, but in conclusion, you got Canadians and Native American. Yep. Okay, in conclusion, was Disney Infinity a good... I'm Native Canadian. No, you're Italian. I went to the pizza place to get a pizza when all of a sudden, Italians. Okay, I don't even... Wait, what? Okay, I'm Italian too. Yeah, okay. Anyway. So, in conclusion. What? Oh, it's hard for Wonder After Dark to see the red flags. 3 Canadians equal 1 Mexican. Best of both. Oh my God. And don't you know that it's the best of both worlds? Anyway. Oh my God. Okay. In conclusion. Do I know what to rate Disney Infinity? No. Your friend is so colorblind, he looks at cheese and tries planting a flagpole. No, crack grommet. We've forgotten the crack. Okay, anyway. In conclusion, Disney Infinity. Do I know what to rate it? No. Do I think it's perfect? No. Do I think it has potential? Yes. And that, I think, sums up this series of games nicely. I liked some of what they were going for. And I think there was great potential, but there was so much holding it back from being truly perfect. With that being said, LEGO Dimensions is still my favorite of the Toys to Life games. End of story. Good, we're done tonight. Oh my God. Well, I wrote this song for the colorblind youth. I want to teach kids the colorblind truth. Your friend is so colorblind, she thinks she drinks fake blood thinking it's oat. Oh my God. Seriously, what have you done? Like, oh my God. What actually have you done? You are... I love this crap. Oh, I love it too, but it's getting a little late. And I would hate to let's invite more. No. 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 Not tonight. Not tonight. No. This is about my limit. I mean, this is a nice change of pace from the usual no, but let's do what I like this play. No. Luckily, it's not period. Oh my God. Let's have Oni come back. Actually, Oni might return when Smiling Friends comes back. Because Oni showed up when Season 2 of Smiling Friends was airing, so... My stepmom has a color... Oh. Too bad just... Oh my God. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight, but not for the reasons you might think. For context, Oni actually showed up in the original incarnation of this show. Yep. I can stare nice and hard. Oh my god. Next week. At Wonder After Dark, are your eyebrows real? Yes, they are. Notice how I'm not able to peel them off. They are real. Oh my god. Hey, Jess, I gave an explanation for what I said earlier, so maybe that'll stop the joke. Okay, thank you. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna scream. Okay, so I guess if you're wondering where the colorblind shit came from, so earlier in this episode, I was sent an image, a Five Nights at Freddy's image, with this title. In this frame, you can actually see the shape of the fan animation image for a split second as the power goes out. Colorblind shite, please let me finish. And I was like, stupid. Now he provides an explanation. I'm going to read it. Be warned, it's a wall of text. The office has a single animation, the fan. The fan is a small image with the office background plus the animation. Colorblind too. Shut up and let me finish. And it's perfectly aligned with the surrounding office image, so it looks like it fits in. But really, the fan is a separate image. Think aligning a small blue image with black lines against a blue background with black lines, and making sure the black lines on the small image align with the black lines on the background image. First war. Sorry, spoiler alert, no, it's not stopping the colorblind jokes. Oh my god. When the power runs out, the fan image animation disappears because the fan image animation has the lit office background, not the dark office background. What I found funny in the photo was that in the game, the power went out, and for a split second, you could see the fan animation image before it disappears, so it looks like a small square of light in the middle of a darkened room. So with black lines, but then, so it's like if we had two blue images with black lines, but then suddenly the background image turns yellow. So for a split second, it's a small blue image. On top of a yellow background, looking out of place. It's neat because it's kind of cool to see the actual image, considering for the entire game you can't actually see it separated. Yo, is that Gabe? You remind me of the stoner guy from Dazed and Confused, but then I remembered he's not colorblind. Does that... Stop. Just stop. Oh no, I see it now. Oh, hey Tyler. You just came in right at the end of this episode. Literally right at the end. I was about to cut it off here because everybody... Oh my god. But I see it now. Alright, you Tyler. I just watched Dazed and Confused the other day. You were cuter than him. Thank you. Sorry, I was jamming to some tunes. No worries. Again, this is literally the end of the episode, so sorry, you missed the whole thing, but no worries. You're cool. Good comparison, Lil Bill. Did you just kneel down? Bless your heart. Bless you too. Okay. Did you just kneel down to sniff your seat? No, I banged my head on my seat, if that's what you're wondering. Anyway, Tyler, I was just covering Disney Infinity the entire time. Sorry you missed out tonight. Maybe next time. I don't know. Oh, actually, quick question. Tyler, I need clarification on something. Do you have any children? Not totally random, but I would for sure bang my head on your seat. Oh my god. Oh my god. Disney Infinity is cool. Well, it is. At least you know what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Did you hear? Yeah, I have 2 kids with my ex. Okay, that explains it. So I wasn't sure. Why do you ask? I just wasn't sure if I was remembering correct. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're all talking at the same time. Okay. God damn it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Stop. Okay. Did you hear? Wonder After Dark was diagnosed with color blindness. Sorry to break it to you, Tyler S. Yeah, I had. Oh, I'd bang on your seat. I have a 15-year-old cat, if that counts. Yeah, I have 2 kids with my ex. Okay, that explains it. I just wasn't sure if I was remembering correctly. I heard that sniffing seats cures color blindness. Yeah, I'm a good dad to my kids. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad you're not abusive like some dads I know. Stay tuned. Okay. Sniffing stuff is... Oh, God. Okay, this is my favorite. Oh, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's... Oh, my God. I prefer huffing to sniff. Oh, my God. So I see we have a pothead in our midst. LOL, these guys are getting... Oh, my God. Rotten tomatoes. Oh, my God. Weed is aplenty and legal in Canada. Oh, I know. Okay, I was gonna wrap up the episode. Oh, Jesus. I do smoke pot, but not enough to be a pothead anymore. Okay, well, that's good at least. Okay, we're running a little overtime. It's getting a little late. I need to go to bed soon. I got 29% battery, so... Are you Canadian, Tyler? He actually is Canadian. Literally 3 of the people here are Canadian. Oh my God. Okay. I bought a good pound of weed just for myself, if that counts. Oh my God. Alright, we're running a little overtime. Timmy's run. Alright. Goddamn. Okay. We're running a little late. We're running a little overtime. So, what did we learn tonight? 2.5 because I'm a midget. Yep, I can tell. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Gee whiz. Oh, my God. I don't drink coffee. Okay, so what did we learn tonight? You know, I think this is a good place to wrap it up tonight. I like the crowd, but what did we learn tonight? What did we learn? That is, if we learned anything. We learned that Jesse is... God damn it, I asked for that. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill that boy. I'm gonna kill him. Disney Infinity is awesome. Thank you. We learned that many Canadians exist. Yes, we did. I will come back to this colorblind group in the future. Oh no. Wonder After Dark is a color... Oh no. 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 Oh no, no, no. Oh no. Oh no. Jesse is a sweetheart and cannot be wrapped. Well, thank you for that at least. My God. Michael Scott. MP. Jesse is penguins. Okay. Which one of you wants to say the weird... Okay. Sylv typically says something... Woo, yeah, baby! Okay, you, Sylv, gas station mouse. You typically say something weird followed by the phrase, but will I elaborate further? So which one of you wants to have the honor tonight? Remember, the format is something weird, just anything weird at all, followed by, but will I elaborate further? Which one of you wants the honor? Oh, speak of the devil. Okay, I would hate to cut all of you off, but unfortunately it's time for me to sign off tonight. Again, I'm tired and I got low battery, so okay. Also, I have a bone to pick with colorblind, but I can't pick any bone to pick with you, Jess. But let's say penis. But will I elaborate further? A go-hawk is someone who sniffs bicycle seats outside of libraries. Okay, then. Later, colorblind guy. Yep. Will I elaborate further? Nope. Because I've said enough, and so have all of you. Do you dream in color? Fuck. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. God made you special and he loves you very much. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Love you, buddy. Sweet dreams. Yep. Here's another one. Have a day, but not in color. Oh, my God. Good night, and... Dream of it. Oh. Good night, and... Have a day.